Hi everyone, Velvet here, and I have some stories for you today. But before we get started, can you please do me a huge favor and like, comment, and subscribe? It'll really help the channel out, and it'll get you more videos like this every day. Let's get started. And our first one comes from Affectionate Bad 5771. Am I the beehole for publicly announcing that my aunt tried to use me as a child to get back at my mom? I, a 19-year-old female, look just like my late maternal grandmother. She died when my mom was only a child, but she died leaving her husband and oldest daughter deeply traumatized by her behavior and her death. Her younger daughter, my aunt, was too young to remember her or anything about the life she gave her family. My grandmother did a lot of things that left its mark on the family, and my mom especially. To add to everything else, my mom is the one who found her mother at just 8 years old, so she has always carried that around with her. I only found out I looked just like my mother when I was 6, and my aunt told me I was just like her mommy, and she was showing me all the photos she had, and the childhood ones really showed the resemblance. Made a big point to tell me every single similarity we had. My mom never ever made me feel like I wasn't loved, or there wasn't something wrong with me. The only reason I knew something was up was something she wasn't able to hide, the sadness in her eyes when she looked at me. I also did some snooping when I was little and heard her tell my dad about the struggle she had some days to see her mom's face in me. My aunt decided to use me to hurt mom. When I was 12, she brought me to get my hair dyed behind my mom's back and pushed me to get blonde when I wanted pink hair. Turned out my mom knew their mother as a blonde. I realized that when I saw my mom's eyes after seeing me with blonde hair. That was the point where I realized that my aunt was doing. There was other stuff before then, like she'd buy me clothes that were similar to what their mother would have worn. My aunt had a bunch of photos of their mother, so she knew the stuff she'd like to wear. She gave me a nickname as a little girl and got me into it. I tried to use it with everyone. It was a nickname my grandmother was given by some people in her life. My mother really hated that name too. I heard her tell my dad later on that night. My mom adored my aunt and thought they were super close, so when I did realize what my aunt was doing, I made sure to tell her I was on to her and wouldn't be trusting her anymore. She did attempt to do some more effed up things, but eventually I told my dad and he told my aunt to leave me the F alone. We didn't see her for years during the coof, or after, but then Grandpa's birthday happened just before New Year's, and she approached me and tried to manipulate me into doing the same stuff, change my hair and how I dress, etc., etc. I told her I knew what she was doing, and she laughed at the idea of it being to hurt mom, so I lost my temper and made sure everyone heard what she had done when I was a kid, and that she was trying to do it again. My dad and some other people there forced my aunt to leave, but not before she told me I was such a bee for spoiling the party and publicly humiliating her. Am I the beehole? Hello, OP. No, you are not the beehole. Your aunt, oh well, that thing that goes by the name aunt, that's a ghoul, is a demonic ghoul creature that is trying to, I don't know, gets off in causing pain to people. Some people are just evil and effed up in the world, and it sounds like she's one of them. Using the child to hurt their mother and manipulating a child to hurt the mother, like, I don't know what to tell you, OP. Go no contact. Cut that creature out of your life. There's not much I can say here because I wouldn't reconcile with that thing. It's evil. You keep it away from you and stay away from it. Holy crap. Like I said, some people are just evil, man. Also, I have to give you props for not taking her BS and seeing through her manipulation when you got older, and telling her off. And the audacity of her, oh, you ruined the party and you're a bee. No, that thing is a month. Ugh, sorry, OP. No, not the beehole. And our next one comes from Agitated Ad 2603. Am I the beehole for not wanting my sister at my wedding since she's in a wheelchair and will take up all of the spotlight? My sister, age 26, has been on and off out of the hospital. I'm going to call my sister Anna. Anna got cancer when she was 15 and was able to beat it. Ever since, she's been having growths, and anytime one appears, we are worried about the cancer coming back. My issue is that she always makes these announcements that she needs to go to the doctors again at the worst times. At the beginning, I thought it was just bad timing, but it's happened so many times. When I hit a milestone, My graduations, my birthdays, my engagement party, anytime she makes an announcement she needs to go back to the hospital, my whole family will flock to her. I have had my birthday dinner turn into my relatives flocking to her for the whole night. I had a dinner party to announce my wedding date for my relatives. It was going to be so great, and it was a fun time, until Anna told Mom she needed to go back to the hospital. Soon everyone forgot the reason for the dinner party, and it was quiet. My aunt even stepped in to do a pray for Anna. Other event was taken over. I went low contact with her after that. She was invited to the wedding, and it was in 2 weeks. I learned today that she's on and off in the wheelchair for my mom/Anna. She will need to take it in, just in case, for the wedding. I asked if the rest of the family was informed, and she told me no. I told both of them they need to inform them. They told me they don't want to worry them, and they won't do that. I had enough, and told them that you need to tell them before my wedding. Again, a no. I then informed them that Anna is not invited. This started a huge argument about how I'm a prick, and my point is that I'm sick of her stealing the spotlight. That is what will happen if she rolls in with a wheelchair. Edit. I'm going to do a mass blast to all my relatives, saying she's in a wheelchair and unsure she'll be able to make it to my wedding. Keep my sister in their thoughts and prayers. I'm getting ahead of this. Hello, OP. Your title totally made it sound like you were going to be the beehole, but I'm going to say you're not the beehole. First, that sucks that Anna got cancer. That's great that she was able to beat it. I've had a family member beat cancer, and it's come back, so it's scary. I know what you're going through, and I know what everyone's going through, but the reason I'm saying you're not the beehole, OP, is yeah, she's using her sickness or what she had, her cancer, to steal the spotlight from everyone and have all the attention focused on her. And yeah, that shouldn't happen to you on your wedding. I believe the way you're handling it is pretty funny though. Getting ahead of it and turning the tables in your favor. That's a pretty good way to do it. I have no qualms about that. But yeah, I'm gonna stick to what I'm saying. OP, you're not the beehole. She's totally using her previous sickness to gain sympathy and the limelight, and she shouldn't. She's got to learn not to do that. She needs to grow up. So yeah, OP, you are not the beehole. Please have a wonderful wedding, and if she does come, I hope she doesn't steal the spotlight from you. Our next one comes from Xmas Straws. Am I the beehole for not participating in my fiance's weird Xmas underwear tradition? This year, I celebrated Christmas with my fiance's family for the first time. Before we went to my fiance's house, my fiance warned me that his parents usually come short in the amount of food they cook for Christmas dinner, and that there's not often enough for everyone. What I didn't expect, though, was to be expected to participate in the family's weird tradition. Apparently, they have a long-standing tradition where instead of drawing straws, they'll throw all their underwear in a bin and then take turns wearing blindfolds and drawing a pair of underwear from the pile, and drawing the smallest pair of underwear correlates with drawing the smallest straw. Why? It's gross. Sorry, back to the story. I had never heard of this tradition, so I felt blindsided when right before Christmas dinner, my fiance's mom yelled out that it was time to pull the straws to decide the order who have got to plate up their food first in case there wasn't enough for everyone. At first, I had thought the family was joking when they announced this, so I laughed, which made my fiance get real defensive. I volunteered to get my food last, so I wouldn't have to participate, but my fiance just got more annoyed and asked me to just try to be a bit more agreeable. The whole thing was just kind of weirding me out, so I called an Uber and went home. Now things are real tense between me and my fiance, since he now says I made a bad impression by acting like I was too good for their family tradition. Am I the beehole? Hi, OP. First things first. You are not the beehole. This is weird. This is kind of little incesty, I'm gonna say. Maybe, I don't know. It's weird. I agree with you, OP. Weird. I wouldn't have participated either. I don't want people to see my drawers. To me, this is just an excuse to do a weird thing because make enough food for everyone. Why don't you make enough food? That's what we do on Thanksgiving and on Christmas. We make enough food. Why isn't there enough food? Why did your fiance bring you if there wasn't even enough food for the family? Why would they do this? Anyone in the comments do this weird, gross tradition? I'm not even gonna try to be nice. It's weird. It's gross. I'm with OP. What they should have done when OP said no thank you and volunteered to go last, they should have just respected her wishes and not done that. This isn't like, going to someone's house for the family for the first time when you're engaged or whatever, and you gotta taste their food from a different country. That's fun. That's something, you know what I mean. That's something you expect to do. But this is, please take off your underwear, throw it in a pile, touch other people's underwear. You don't know where people have been. I don't want that on my hands. I'm a bit of a germaphobe, and yeah, if they kept pressuring like that, OP, the correct thing to do would be to disengage and get out of that situation, which you did. Um, your fiance acting like that over this weird tradition, I mean, it might not be something, it might be a little too dramatic, but you said fiance, you don't have to marry him. I'm just saying, if this is going to cause problems like this. And our final one comes from Background Boat 4498. Am I the beehole for refusing to wear a wig to my sister's wedding? When I was 10 years old, I, a 17-year-old female, lost all of my hair and have been bald ever since. It bothered me a lot at first, so I would always wear wigs to hide my baldness. Since about a year, I've kind of come to accept it. And now I even think I look pretty cute, even without wearing a wig. So I started wearing wigs less and less. And since about 3 months ago, I've stopped wearing them completely. Now, my older sister, aged 24, is getting married in a few weeks, and she asked me if I would wear a wig to her wedding. I said I wouldn't, and she asked me to do it for her because it's just a small effort on my part. I refused again because I finally got comfortable with my appearance, and I don't want to hide it anymore. She told me I'm being unreasonable because it's such a small thing to do for her wedding day, and walked off. Now my parents are also trying to convince me to just do this one little thing for my sister on her special day to make her happy. But it feels like everyone's just trying to hide that I'm bald. I'd understand her point if I had never gone anywhere without a wig before, and this would be the first time everyone saw me without a wig. But everyone has already seen me without a wig. Everyone already knows I'm bald, so it wouldn't be any attention stealing. So, am I the beehole refusing to honor my sister's request about wearing a wig? Hi, OP. No, you are not the beehole. I would understand, like you said, where your sister's coming from if no one's ever seen you in a wig before, and this is the time you choose to do, go bald. Then yeah, that would steal attention from the wedding. I get that. But like you said, everyone already knows, everyone's already seen it, so no one's gonna really care, you know what I mean? Everyone's just gonna focus on the wedding. OP, I believe you should stick to your guns and go bald to the wedding because you feel comfortable that way. And if they say don't come to the wedding, then don't come to the wedding because, go where you're wanted, not where you're tolerated. And that's not cool, man, telling someone to hide their baldness like that. That's totally what they want. They feel ashamed, I guess. That would be my guess. Yeah, OP, don't give in to that nonsense. And our final one, because I can relate to this one very well, comes from Mysterious Macaroon 75. Am I the beehole for ordering food to go when my friend group wanted to split the check evenly? This has been an ongoing issue. I have had a friend group that likes to eat nicer food. Personally, for me, I'm fine getting something cheap on the menu. The issue is that they always want to split the check. I have had the conversation so many times that I want to pay for what I ordered. It results in an argument where I have to bend or everyone is mad at me. I also make a lot more money than my friends, so it always results in them basically calling me cheap. They don't get that I want to pay for my meal, and that's it. Anyways, when we went to go eat out yesterday, and they all ordered things that were around $30, I got the house salad for my total was around $12. They had told the server to split the bill, and I didn't want to fight about it again. I asked the server to add on the bill, an entree and a dessert for me to take home. This resulted in my bill going up into the 30s. So they asked me what I was doing. I told them I'm getting more food. They got upset that I increased the price they needed to pay. This resulted in another argument and they think I'm a jerk. Edit. Reddit, I've done everything you've suggested. I have had as the server take mine out and pay for it. I have spoken to them. If I do anything that isn't splitting the bill with them, they get pissed. Hi, OP. You are not the beehole. Your friends are the beehole. Those are not your friends, OP. They are using you for your money. They know you make more than them, so they're taking advantage of you. OP, you need to stop being a doormat and handle that nonsense. Personally, if I were you, because I hate wasting money, I would disengage and never hang out with them again, because again, they are not your friends. And the reason I said I could relate to this is that I hate splitting the bill, because like you, OP, I don't get large meals. If I go anywhere that's sit down, I don't get like the $30, $40 steaks. I get a burger for 12, 15 bucks maybe. Even that's pushing it, but 12 bucks isn't too bad for a big burger and some onion rings. So I'm not paying for other people's $30, $40 surf and turf, plates. But there was one time when back in, I believe, high school, my friend, he wasn't really a friend, but he had fancy tastes, but he was broke just like me. So for his birthday, he wanted a group of us to go to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. I can't remember which one. It wasn't like Hell's Kitchen or anything like that. And he ordered like the 6-course meal, and that was not cheap. I didn't even look at the price because I was like, I'm not splitting any bill. Good luck. He wanted our presents to him to be to split the bill. Yeah, I'm broke. I'm not doing that. I ordered fish. That thing came to $22. It was a square. It was garbage. It tasted fine, I guess, but the portion wasn't really worth it for the price. I don't get this whole rich people thing of eating small portions and paying a lot of money. I remember after that garbage meal, like again, it tasted fine. I think my dad cooks better fish than Ramsay's restaurant. I had to go to Jack in a Box and get a burger and some fries to actually be full. So, OP, I hate that nonsense. OP, those are not your friends. You need to ditch them. They are users and they're using you. That is effed up. OP, run from those friends of yours. Thank you so much for staying with me to the end of this video. Can you please do what I said in the beginning and like, comment, and subscribe? It will really help the channel out, and it'll get you more videos like this every day. Velvet out.